Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? Habari zenu leo? Leo habari zenu? How is everyone? How is everyone doing today? Acha ni paste link yangu hapa for anyone who wants to join and have a chat with us. Thank you so much for the 7 of you in the house. Amer, Omar, thank you. Chinese, Kiki, thank you so much for coming. Rose, thank you so much for being here. Nelly, kama kawaida, asante sana sana sana, nakupenda sana 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 sana. Zamushaya, thank you so very much. How are you guys doing? Habari zenu? Mmeshindaje leo? Mmeshindaaje leo? Leo nilikuwa naosha nywele, so I'm having like my hair on a turban because it hasn't dried yet. But yeah, it's kind of like a new look, I think. Sort of like a new look. Tumefika, my support. Please support my YouTube channel, guys. Okay. That is Lydia. How are you guys doing? Napenda sana kuwaona hapa kila siku. You guys have been supporting my content like so very much. And last week siku post because nimekuwa shule, imekuwa crazy, but I'm editing. So I hope mko sawa na this time we're going to be able to like catch up, interact, know each other, you know. Nimeshinda poa sana, Miss Kaina. Nimeshinda poa sana sana sana. So do you pass me my glasses? Nimeshinda poa sana sana. Oh, and you know what's funny, Rose? Today we're also having like a mom sort of kind of chat because I was thinking after, what is it called? Yeah, Nelly's back. After the... Isa, help me like clean them up. They're a little bit dusty, please. Thank you. Love you. I was kind of thinking about next month we're starting like Mother's Month kind of, and I was thinking it would be a nice thing to have a conversation about things that anything, you know, around motherhood, but we can have like an extended topic on anything you guys want to talk about. We get to know each other, we get comfortable, you know, we talk. So it is a poa. And if you guys have like anything to tell me about or anything you want me to answer or just anything, type it below or come and join the stream and then we can talk. Yeah, I think even is aqua better. Thank you so much, Sana, Joy, and Tom King. Thank you so very much. For you guys, 17 of you in the house, I love you guys so much and thank you so much for the support. Like, I really do appreciate all of you. Yeah, Nelly's back now. There you go. This is the Nelly you guys are used to, right? But this is much more better. What about mom shaming, especially here in Europe? I have the link here, so anyone who wants to join the stream, Aneza join through there. What about mom shaming, especially here in Europe? It's been real. I don't know, like when you talk about mom shaming, I feel like there are a lot of things we need to talk about. And if you're coming from what is it called, from White IG, I was just addressing more or less the same topic because I feel like once you become a mom, then yeah, Joy and Tom, you can join, please. Please feel free to join. When I feel okay, let me now I'm composed with my thoughts. I feel like okay. I feel like being a mom people or society do find a reason of putting you in a certain sort of box where you need to belong as a mom. And this is what they justify as good motherhood. And unfortunately or fortunately, I do not fit in that category myself as a person. And this is because I came to realize that every day when you try to do something good to keep up with what someone was saying you need to be, then they raise the bar even higher, and not like in a good way, but they raise the bar higher in a negative way. Like, people always have ways to bring you down in everything they have to say. There's no dem to atakwambia like, oh, you're doing a great job, you're raising amazing your kids amazingly, you're waking up every day, showing up to work, you're doing this. No one will tell you that. And people do actually forget that even before you became a mom or before you became a parent, that you were there, you were existing, you know? So I feel like Mimi, in my own being and personality, I just say, you know, this, what I believe in is who I am. And so Mimi, I just can. But guys, if you want to join the chat, please do so, because I feel like these are things we really need to talk about. Like, lazima tuongea about them. It's tough being a single mom, especially. I feel really heartbroken. Oh, I feel your pain, sweetheart. Let me just get this here. I feel you, because I have once been in your position. And I feel like it's the only time when you need to really sit down and reevaluate on who are you allowing in your life. Because if you're back home, or what I used to experience back then, is most of the people you always meet are not people who are coming basically to stay in your life, but then they're just coming to be there for that time and then move on to the next one. Because I feel, Najua, like, once you have a child, it's another responsibility that no other man will want to attach themselves into. And that is why I'm saying, like, you have to be really careful on how you're dating, or how you're going out to see other people, and even when exactly you're introducing your child to the man you're currently meeting, or your date or something. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because
Hey
hey,
Nali,
makeup
I'm
iko
here.
wapi?
Ndio mimi hapo, mtanionea hapo juu.
I'd like to kunena hapa, but today's topic is a nice one. I'd also want to hear your opinion on this. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you are a single mom, especially, you need to reevaluate, like, at what point you invite people, because I feel like wanaume wa siku hizi,
Yeah.
they don't allow, like, awataki mtu na gharama yake. You understand? They just want to
Mzigo.
love you for you, and not uko na mtoto na extend the same love they're giving to you kwa mtoto wako.
Yeah.
Do it make sense?
Yeah, I think it happens a lot. I think it's very normal.
And that is why I feel like tunapata, we a lot of single moms wanaendelea, we date, una date mtu, you break up, you go to another one, you break up, but then we come to get to forget that there's also a damage we're causing in the process of doing that, because we keep introducing our kids to these different people all the time, all the time, all the time.
Yes.
And then it doesn't end up being like a substantial relationship. And when that breaks, we forget that the kid is actually also still hurting from you hurting, and from that person they had gotten close to, who they call something close to mommy, daddy, not being available anymore.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot, because also you as a mom, I think it's your responsibility to know the type of man you're introducing to your kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not a mom myself, so I can't speak for
other moms.
for other moms, but I think you should really do research on the kind of guy you're dating. How important is this relationship? What are the future goals? And also, I think also some women, they hide their kids from men, and then they come and tell the men afterwards, like, I have a baby. So at the end of the day, if you don't keep your child as a priority, how do you expect this stranger or a man to accept your child, you know? So I think it comes from different angles. And why would you
But I
date a
think
man who doesn't like your kids anyway? Why?
Umeguzia topic poa sana, because I feel like, as much as I'm saying we need to know when to introduce the kids to a relationship, it's also not okay to jump into the next level of the relationship, for example, like engagement or marriage, before the man you're dating knows that you actually do have a child.
Oh yeah. And not just having a child, like how important is your child? Like how close are you to your child? See ati okay, I'm a mom, we all know this. Just because you have a child, that doesn't make you a mom nowadays, because there's so many women that give birth and they throw away the kids.
But
They don't take care of their kids. Some women leave their children with their moms and they never go see their kids. So it really, really depends. It depends with you as a person and what you allow.
yeah, Grace is saying true, but I feel moms need to be cautious when introducing their kids to boyfriends, only introducing when the relationship is serious. I think that's really, really a good point from Grace, because I feel like for me, nilikuwa a single mom, my priority ilikuwa ni mtoto wangu. You understand? Like, if you want to come and know me, my name is Nelly na niko na mtoto mwenye anaitwa so and so. You understand? But then si ati come meet utakuja umuone like immediately. No, like I had to wait until ilikuwa like the most appropriate time to introduce hazi yangu kwa mtoto wangu back then.
Yeah.
Because naonanga mtu anashindanga, I used to have like a neighbor mwenye alikuwa anashindaga akileta girlfriends, and all the time angeambia watoi wake waite girlfriends wake and auntie. And that is like a single dad in this case. So unapata auntie na auntie ni wengi sana. And I'm just thinking like the moral value of the lessons the moral value we're trying to give to our watoi when they see when they see you doing things like those, it's really it really is it's uncouth. Hey, Ujaluo. Hey,
Uncouth.
acha tu leo sijui nimechomolea wapi.
Hiyo kizungu ulikuwa umeweka kwa mfuko. Lakini ni mzuri.
Okay.
Uncouth manenos. It's not bad.
Leo I think nimwambia mimi ni nani.
Tutale ingine. I'm flabbergasted.
Umetoka wapi? Nakwambia once you go Luo you don't go back.
Ujaluo ni gharama, I say.
Gharama nakwambia. I'm asking myself like, hiyo imetoka wapi?
Hata wewe umestuka.
Nimeshtuka, but it's the right term. It's pathetic. Let me just say, because hey, by the way, that's word of the week, uncouth. That's the word of the day, the week, I think. Yeah, uncouth itabidi imekuwa uncouth. So I feel like ukiintroduce mtu when ukiintroduce mtu kwa watoto wako when it's way too early, then when they leave, ni kama like you're always breaking this child's heart over and over and over and over again, and thinking you ndio unakuwa heartbroken in the process. Ina make sense, ndio?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And I feel like being a mom, once unataka kuingia umeamua like now you are done with healing, because there's also the time you have to take out and heal yourself from the other relationship in your marriage.
Yeah,
you need to know that your priority, these people are going to always come, and this is always my stand. Men will always come, but they will always leave. But ule mtu mwenye umempush kutoka kwa tumbo yako, hakuna siku atatoka unless akufe.
Ukweli. Na hiyo ni damu yako.
That is yours. Like if you have anything to call your own, si hata hazi yako, si hata bwanako, ni ule mtoto wako. Mwenye memza, because hakuna mahali utamficha, hakuna mahali utampeleka. Now, if worse goes worse, you get like at loggerheads with your own blood,
Oh yeah.
So I feel like for me, watching one of our like number one priority when it comes to being single and moving into the next relationship. And even if the man is not treating your child the right way, I think wahala, see you, bye. Tutaonana
Time to
baadaye.
move.
Time to move, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as a single mom also, as long as you take good care of yourself, there's always a man out there for you. Like I don't believe you only get to marry one person, na mkikosana, that's the end of your happiness, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So take good care of yourself and know when is the right time, like to introduce um
Your children to the
your
men.
children to your men, yeah.
I
And
think
having
especially if you're raising daughters and sons, it doesn't matter the gender. Like kindly just take care of your kids. Like if you're raising a man, raise a gentleman. If you're raising a girl, raise a woman, a decent
woman,
woman.
please.
Yeah. Otherwise, fear, I don't think you want your child akwana kuletea so many girlfriends, so many boyfriends. Like you don't want that.
Yeah, and like I feel like the reason why the generate with generations things get even worse is because we have one guest here. Because I feel like, hey Joy,
Hi.
how are you?
Hi.
How are
Good.
you?
Just a minute. My child is making noise. Let me just.
Okay. Okay. So I feel like what was I saying? Yeah, when you keep introducing people, we need to know that to our children, we're the first books they get to read. Does that make sense? Before we're in the India was to get like other behaviors and stuff like that. It's what we do at home, it's who we are that our children tend to copy after.
Oh yeah.
So naona like it's really important kama unataka mtu wako akwe like in a proper life, like you need to really be cautious about when you bring people, introduce them as potential people you're dating to your child, or like at what point do you tell them you're actually seeing people, you
And also
understand?
your young kids are not your friends, yeah? Like your kid is
Mhm.
not your friend. Like una date so many different men and then you go and talk to your daughter or your son about your dating life.
You're
Like
damaging them, like you're
yeah, you're
really
damaging them, yeah.
damaging them, and your heartbreak, that is damaging. Like do not do
Yeah.
that to your mom, like it's so bad. But I feel like that is no, like don't do it, please. Like don't have your heartbreaks and know how to move past them, but si ati weke like mtoisa unashinda nawambia like unajua nilikuwa naona so and so akaniacha, or
By the way,
no.
Nelly, when did you introduce your kid to your hubby?
After akishaniambia tunaoana,
Oh,
like
that's when you introduced
let me go
the
back to understand kiasi, right?
yeah.
Most people when I'm dating or kama naona mtu, I always try and define the relationship from the start. Mimi ni
Yeah.
mama at like hii relationship unaona, like what is your goal? What is
Yeah.
your short-term goal? What is your long-term goal? And for that reason, ilikuwa like so hard kupata mtu mwenye tunasikizana na huyu mtu, you can always like wait a minute. Isa, just a minute, Kiki.
Okay. Nani anasema a good husband is a true reflection of a well-mannered woman. Please talk about, is it good to date a guy who has kids? I think there's nothing wrong with dating a
I
guy
think
who
there's
has
nothing
kids.
wrong with that as long as you also have women who have children.
It also
Um,
depends how many kids and from how many women. Come on, let's not ignore the red flags.
yes, yes. Because if someone has like 3 or 4 different children from different women, there's something wrong with that person. It's not everything to do with the women, because men will always make it a women, the woman was bad, the woman was this, you understand? But those are some little things we can always read into, and like hey Joy.
Hi, Nelly.
Hey, welcome to our stream today. Karibu kwa hapa.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Kiki.
Kiki is muted at the moment. I think anafanya
Oh,
makeup. So
okay.
you had something to contribute, but before that, let me just say something, yeah? So mimi before introduce hazi yangu kwa mtoto wangu, I first, like, when our relationship started, like time nilikuwa najua like this man is like here and is serious. I had to ask him, like, what is your long time? Like, do you see us getting married, or do you see us just dating for some time? Like, are we just having fun, or like what's up? And time aliniambia, like, for me, this was like a month later, because I was like, you know what, mimi ni mama, and I'm not going to be here for the 4 weeks tumekuwa tukionana and then assume like nitaficha another part of me. It's not possible. So akaniambia like mahali alikuwa naona relationship ikienda, and time alikuwa ameniuliza kunioa, ndio nikamwambia
Ndio kamwambia
aliniambia anataka kunioa, like that is like after a month akishaniambia now this is really serious. Nikamwambia okay, then it's better I start introducing you like kwa familia yangu pole pole. So what I did first, nilimintroduce kwa wazazi wangu.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes.
And my dad is those people who they had like a conversation, you know, like a little man, like mtoto wangu, my gate is not closed. So before you get to this next stage, like what's up, you know? And then after that, then later to come one now, you know what, let's bring now Mkoi into the picture. So by the time when I put the picture, my mom knew about it. I was okay with it and he was okay with it. Na mshoto boda alikuwa mdogo sana, like mdogo sana. So niza sema like basically because nilizenda kana mtoi wangu for 4 months. Had mama I continue with school. And then after that, went to school, nikaendelea na kazi because I also had to provide for you mtoi, you understand? And then now time nilikuwa na movie na mtu wangu, nilikuwa na movie na hazi yangu. Yeah, so that is how we did it, and that is what I did. That is what worked for me.
I think also people underestimate Nelly. For the person who asked, is it okay to date a guy with kids? It's not bad to date a guy with kids, but it just depends how many. Because imagine uko na mwanamume mwenye ako na baby mama watatu wanne, and then all these children wanataka child support. Baby mamas wanna keep on calling. The weekends that you want to spend time with your husband, ndio watoto wanakuja, and then there's always madrama here and there. So it also depends kama uko ready for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And also include your child in the mix as well, if you will have a child too, or even if you have your own children.
Yeah, like when it comes to mixed families, like it's so crucial because there's the beginning of it is the breaking point and the mending point of everything.
Yes.
And these baby mamas, if the relationship with this man is not good, then imagine what you're going to be in through if anything goes wrong also on your side.
Yes.
And a man who's always telling you, this woman was like this woman was like this, and never pointing to you what never worked specifically has a problem.
True.
So I feel like as much as we fall in love, it's only we're supposed to really look into
100%.
and understand. Yeah. Joy, did you had something to say? Let's hear from Joy.
Oh, yeah. I just want to agree with whatever you are saying about, for example, when you are dating somebody who is has kids.
Yeah.
So first of all, what you should do, just be ready with it, to get into it, you know. And also what I can add, like, you just have a conversation with your partner, you talk about it, and and everything will just be okay.
Yeah. So I feel like men do know how to hide the fact that they are the issue, and it's because it's so easy to blame women.
It's easy to play the blame game.
It's so easy.
No.
You were talking, Nelly.
Just a second, continue.
Okay.
So okay. So this is also important because there's a story. There's a lady here where I am in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So she had a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't tell the husband.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was a problem. It was a very big issue. So that's why I'm saying, for example, if you have a kid before marriage, and you get involved into marriage, so the first thing that you need to do, make sure you tell your husband. That's the first thing that you should discuss with him, because now the lady has a problem. The guy was like, okay, so you were keeping all these secrets from me.
Yeah.
So it until they broke up, just because of that, just because the lady didn't inform the man earlier.
And I've seen also the same case, more or less, here in, where we are, where a lady even. I've seen a case even here in Finland where a lady had to get to a point of getting married, to having kids, one child with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then ending up in this case where when we were talking, that's when she was like, kuna mtu inam support home. And I was like, does the man know about it? Akasema apana. And it's something I want to hear your opinion about, like you both. Is it right? Do you think it's right to protect, to hide just because you want to get somewhere and hide this child? Or because for me, my thing is the truth will always set you free. You understand?
Yeah, that's true.
You're never
I think
taking
it's just better to be open from the very beginning. If someone has to love you, let them love you with your baggage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If somebody love you, he will love you with your child, with everything you have.
With
So
anything that you have.
anything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
We've seen women getting married like we were four children, 3 children, and they love each other. I've seen a man has a child, the woman has a child, they come together and they raise their kids like successfully.
Yeah.
Mary is saying they don't accept women with kids. They call kids baggage, which is like so bad, like so bad.
If somebody doesn't accept your child, then this person doesn't love you. So
They
it's just better,
life.
just quit.
Life.
Like,
Guys, continue just a minute. Let me help Matthew out with something.
Yeah, so I was just saying, like, if somebody doesn't accept your child, then it means that this person doesn't love you. So he needs to accept who you are. He needs to accept your child or your children,
your
for
background.
background, for the relationship to be, if the relationship needs to be strong, then he needs to accept everything about you.
I agree.
That's what I think.
Let's see the comments. Someone is saying, as a single lady with no kids, I need to ask my boyfriend that question, as in what his plan is. I almost broke up with him yesterday. Oh yeah, I think before you date someone, like, you should have a goal. Otherwise, why are you just dating someone for dating? Like, your relationship should have a direction. You should have a goal. It's like you just can't be with me and then like waste my time.
Yeah, that's true.
I think for me, what you're saying is what you should have done like like 1 day ago or 3 days ago, because it's the beginning of a relationship. If at all you're looking into living with this man, and if they just put it like an open question, like what would you do, because it's still a boyfriend, it's not serious yet, right? What would you do if you had a girlfriend who has a child? Would you date them? Would you marry them? So you first hear their own opinion before they can relate it to them directly, like my girlfriend actually has a child. And if they say negatively, then that guy is out, like they don't deserve you.
Exactly.
Prudence is saying, thank you so much for being here. Does not accept your kid, then he don't love you. I love those. Like comment. And Grace is saying, if he does not accept your child, then the relationship won't work. I think that's my
Yeah,
opinion. Like, if you can't have your children and accept them and love them and be enthusiastic about it, and if not like paternal dad, I don't think they deserve a place in your relationship for that. Ruth is saying, hi from Zambia. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. We really, really appreciate that. He's 55 now, and in Zungu, they tend to be so flaky and just ghost someone, which I think is the first beginning of that is just to, because these people prefer, I feel like openness is everything, whether you're dating a black man or a white man. And I don't know if you guys can agree with me. But I feel like openness does not, your truth does not depend on the color or race you're dating from. It has to be your truth, like from day one. And I feel like if you are a mom or a single mom for that matter, like it's really a starting point to ask them their own opinion of, it's just, for example, with race, we have to recognize that this person is white, I am black. If someone was to ever throw shade at a black person, what would this man do? Just to know their basic general opinion. And then ask them also, like, if you had a woman who had a child, like, what would you do if your girlfriend, for example, said they had a child, or if you were to date a girlfriend? So then you're able to know, is it the right person you want to date, or like, is it the wrong person you want to date? And are you in for the right reasons, or are you in for the wrong reasons? Ida, I ready join. You can join actually if you want to. Ida, please do. I had a link. I'm going to, hey
Please
Legacy.
pin the link, Nelly. I think I will leave you for a few minutes, but I will be a keyboard warrior.
Sawa Kiki. Let me hear what these other moms have to say to us today.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you so much for joining. Kuza kufanya makeup.
You're welcome.
That is the link I have pinned right there. Let me see what comments we have. Yeah, but I feel like for me, the beginning of the relationship has to be you introducing, telling your man the fact that you have a child, so that when they decide the next level of the relationship, they know how many people are on board. There's a child behind the scenes. I'm a mom, or I'm expecting, there are men also who can love you when you're pregnant. So I'm expecting a child, and you don't have to like hide, because if someone really loves you, they will love you for you. They will love you for you. Let me see. When I met my dude, we had a 9 months. Wow, kids. We got married and stayed together for almost a year. Then I had to find out he had a 13-year-old daughter from another lady. I was so hurt. Oh my God. That is so hurtful. That is hurtful. Like, that guy, what's that thing? That is so. I think that is someone who has more reasons, more lies that, or secrets that they have that they're keeping away from you and they haven't told you about. Like, that is not someone you should be with. I mean, if you don't have kids, because it's always never too late to leave. Oh my gosh. Like, how do you 1 year later, how do you bridge the fact that this person lied to you straight into your face? You lived with them, they knew about this, that is someone who can even plot to do anything against you. You'll never know. Like, I think just reevaluate. If it's something you're able to heal from, you can move forward, but knowing that going forward, this is a line you do not cross with telling me the truth and keeping things away from me. And if you want to walk away, please do. So sorry guys, I'm actually having like a daycare session also here, but really sorry about that. So if you're able to heal from that person, then you can heal. But I feel like that is just, for me, it's beyond what I could take as a person. It's beyond what I could take as a person. And for me, when I'm getting into a relationship, do background check, like, and also ask them. So when you get these lies, you'll know that, I once asked you, I gave you a chance to tell me what your truth is, who you are, what is in your life, what kind of family do you have, do you have children, do you have an ex, did you ever marry, were you ever divorced, were you ever a night runner? I want to know all of those before I choose to be with you. And if you're able to hide one kid and introduce me to the other, then there are many other things that you're hiding that I still don't know about. And that is so, no, 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 no. That is so hurtful. Joy, what do you think?
Yeah, thank you so much, Nelly. So, okay, what I think about the lady who texted that the man hide a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah, for 13.
So
Mm-hmm.
first of all, there's some people who have a reason for hiding, maybe hiding something, maybe they're hiding, they think that they love you so much, and they think that if they tell you all these things, you might run away. So first of all, what you need to figure out, do this
Mm-hmm.
person love me so much?
Mm-hmm.
Does this person shows me much love, some love, okay,
So
sorry.
are you saying that they are protecting
Okay,
you
I'm
from
coming.
who they are? Or
So I was saying, so first of all, just check your relationship, how it's going. For example, if the person loves you, because we all know, all of us sometimes do mistakes, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Yeah, all of us sometimes do mistakes. So one mistake should not also make you run away from somebody who loves you, because you never know. But also hiding a child is also somehow hurting, but you just need to figure out whether this person love you or not, or whether this person is playing with your heart. So it's just, you just need to check out, you just need to weigh out, I think.
Child, me there, I beg to disagree. You know why I beg to disagree? I'm literally going to be a step mom
Mhm.
to a 13-year-old.
Yeah, true.
This 1 year I could be building a relationship with, but you denied me that. You robbed me
Mhm.
of that. And then you
Mhm.
expect me to be in your life forever. And then I found out, no,
Nelly, what if this person love you so much, he has shown you so
no.
much love?
Here is where this is where we draw the line, and we say, for me, my say is, as a single
Mhm.
mom, the dating game is all the way different. It's
Mhm.
totally different. It's not like when
Mhm.
you don't have kids and you're just getting to know someone. It's not the
Mhm.
same. This is, you're knowing someone.
Mhm.
Listen, for me, this is my stand.
Mhm.
Whether you're scared to lose me, I'm better off knowing the truth, so that if it's leaving, I have to leave before all my feelings are in the same in one place.
Mhm.
Like, I'd rather know the truth. I need time to mentally grow to become a mother of a 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I have to emotionally grow to become a mother of a 13-year-old. And the fact that we've been sleeping on the same bed with
Mm-hmm.
one, have a household with one of your children
Mm-hmm.
1 year, no, no, that is like no,
Yeah, I
no.
also I also agree with you, but also sometimes you need to weigh things. You need to weigh things, you know. I agree with whatever you're saying that all the time we just need to say the truth, like you don't need to hide something from your partner. And also sometimes if you find out your partner was hiding something from you and this person loves you so much, he has shown you so many love, you know, then you just need to forgive. If he's so sorry about it, you just need to forgive.
I think you're really a good person, but then I feel like this is where someone will always it's easy, it's okay to say forgive, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to understand the fact that by the time you're forgiving, there's still a lot of hurt to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Lie is as bad as cheating in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
according to me. And I feel like I have someone, Grace Manasseh, basically has the same idea as me. Before I went on my first date with my husband, I was on Google. I literally searched his name, seriously searched his name, like full names. I knew where
Mm-hmm.
he lived. I searched, listen, I knew his mother's name and I knew his name, right? And I knew
Mm-hmm.
his name. I Googled those three names together
Mm-hmm.
to see like other names that come with the Google search. And on his name, like there was no other person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just me being that ID kind of mentality or something, but when you are a single mom, like there's just other things that no, unless you're coming in peke yako, like with regards
Mm-hmm.
to the comment you've just read, but then I still feel like do your background, and if someone is
Yeah,
to
yeah,
lie,
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
let them,
true. Mm-hmm.
let them come out clean.
Yeah, true.
Ruth is saying, I'm a single mother of one son. And so the most important thing is to tell the truth about your life. Tell the man or woman you have a child, because if the person loves you, he will understand the truth. The truth.
That's true.
For me, I feel like that is the same thing I stand by. Like the truth matters at the end of the day. If he has children, I'm better off knowing before we get engaged or before we start planning our wedding and stuff. You understand? When we're still getting to know each other, that's when I need to know when you have children and if you don't have children. So then that's
Mm-hmm.
when, how are we going to bring these kids together, start introducing them to one another so that they can be raised up, loving each other. And so that we don't end up having a broken home or a broken marriage. I feel like it's so important. Like it's really, really important to do so.
Yeah.
Hile is saying I had to find out after filing my taxes that there was child got deducted from joint tax return. Girl, like I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Like I'm really, really sorry. But sharing your story with us here is going to teach one person in one way or another, like things to look out for, because this is like the worst kind of betrayal, like worst kind of betrayal ever. But I hope you're able to heal from it. Can you please tell us like how it's going, like since, if you don't mind sharing, of course, how it's going since knowing about all of this truth and hurt? Like I just would want to know. Um, it's hard to build a relationship with teenagers, trust me. And I agree with that because they have like their own sort of mindset they have set for themselves. Like, how are you going to make that kid love you
Mm-hmm.
and then tell them, actually, I did not know about you before, but hey, we're cool, right? We're cool. How do you say
I'm
that
here.
kid?
I'm now your new mommy.
You're going to be an item, No, it's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
No. I agree. Background check is so important. You Google the phone number and his name. See, someone even has another extra tip. Phone number, the number he gave you. Me, I just searched the name, but now you have even the number. You guys are so clever. Like, I think we should be like this. If you guys are moms and you're dating someone, we Google their name. but it only depends if I'm your best friend anyway. But I wouldn't want, for me, being a single mom, the fact that you were in one relationship and it broke off, or whichever way you became a parent, like me, the fact that you've had to deal with all that healing and then get to a point where you are okay to fall in love, and then someone to come in and come with lies, no, it's very toxic for me. Um, that's taking toxic behaviors. What else is he hiding if he's hiding a kid? Yeah, I agree with Miss Makarias. What else is he hiding? There could be a lot of webs you haven't learned about in the relationship.
Nelly,
You
and I'm also going to ask this question.
know?
Okay, let's take for example the guy you are dating, the guy you are married to as a kid,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
And he never introduced you to this kid
which
until
is
maybe let's take for example up to 2 years. Then introduce the kid, like he tells you about it, like, okay, there's something I want to tell you, I have a kid. So how will you go through this? Do you think this person will you break the relationship because this person has told you about this after 2 years? So will you break the marriage because of this, or how will you go about this?
can I tell you something? And that is why I told you. For me, let me talk about this as a single mom. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think becoming a mom gave me some sense of maturity and security that I wanted to protect and never lose. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I got to this point of being young and just living my own life to now
Mm-hmm.
having a responsibility attached to it, even as much as my child was not living with me at that time. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But
Mm-hmm.
then I then got to learn that the reason why men were not agreeing to date me, or
Mm-hmm.
even if they were to come, there'll be people who would be so keen on, can we 20 out, but they not like these serious conversations, like let's go have some drink nyamachoma and stuff. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
it's because I always tried. If I knew someone was wanting to see me intimately,
Mm-hmm.
I would always ask these questions. Always
Mm-hmm.
ask. And I felt like to some I did it so early, so I pushed so many men away. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it saved my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because my first question was always like, this relationship we're starting, is it what is it called? Um, is it casual? Like, are we here just to have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to know if you're having fun, then I don't have to come with my all my feelings of playing a wife role, which I refuse to do to a man before we get married. I never
Mm-hmm.
did that. And I also want to know if we were to see each other for a long time, after
Mm-hmm.
how long are you seeing us getting married?
Mm-hmm.
Another question that people find so bad, which I think it's still good to ask because it will win you something or lose you more. Do you have debts?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is your bank? Like, have you ever been working and stuff? Because when you get married to someone, when they come to your life, their debts are actually your debts as well,
Mm-hmm.
and everything and everything else. So for me, it's about creating an environment for conversation to happen even before we get to that point of really being serious about the relationship itself.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And so for
Yeah.
me, I think the way I get into relationships gives me time to explain, because we can't just meet today and I tell you, oh, by the way, I'm a mom. If you're marrying me, you have to get me with my child. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Had some coffees or something for me to get to that place. And so I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
also give someone else time to get to that point of introducing me to what they have. And if you don't naturally, I will ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
But then not that I'll just jump in and then expect things to just come and give me heart attack. No, I'm always good. I feel like I'm better off knowing what I'm getting into
Mm-hmm.
than being ambushed with what I didn't know about. And that is like something that I feel like is has become my personality with time over time. Because even if you tell me we are going to town, what I want to know, what are we going to do? Where are we going to?
Mhm.
Like, tell
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I need to be prepared way in advance before I get to involve myself. And so for me,
Yeah.
like it has to be truth, my truth, your truth, and then let's
Mhm.
build a relationship from there.
Yeah. So Nelly, thank you so much for having me. This was a lovely topic.
Thank you
Being
so
that,
much.
yeah, being that, yeah, as I told you earlier, that it's something that a friend has gone through here in Czech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met a Kenyan. Sorry.
I'm so sorry that she had to go through that.
Yeah, I met a Kenyan lady here. So she was telling me a story about how the husband realized that she was having a kid, such things. So it
Yeah.
was kind of painful, but also she was hiding all these things from the husband. So it's a lovely topic, and thank you so much for having me. I think I'm going to leave. It was a lovely topic.
Thank you so much for coming, and I really, really appreciate this. Always feel free to join anytime you see me online. We can
Oh,
always
no.
have any other conversations.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. So, guys, I feel like for me, the beginning of every relationship has to start with the truth, and the truth in terms of your past. Like, we have to get to a comfortable position of knowing, like, I don't need to know how many women you dated, but I want to know how many significant women, like significant people do you have in your life, because your ex, if they have your child, they're very significant to the type of life you're going to live together and the kind of homestead that we're going to start together. But so if you don't bring me to this truth early, then it's hard for me to build a relationship around the fact that you are always going to surprise me with many other things. And I feel like my personality, I'll always not trust you because of that. But that is so sad that other people have to go through that. And Hilda, I hope that you're able to heal, from that. And if you choose to leave, it's your choice. But I would say that is so painful to go through, especially after living with someone for 1 year. Like, you shouldn't have been going through that. I was saying, I felt like he lied because he did not live with the kid, and the mom was married to another guy. So he said it was important to mention her. It wasn't important. It was not important to mention her. No, I still feel like the fact that, listen, like for me, once a child has been born, whether on the man's side or on the woman's side, there's always still a factor that we have to have a family. The woman can be out of the picture, but the child will always be the dad's. And this is why I think once we're talking about, I don't know if we talked about this, but separating the kids from their family members, be it the dad or the mother, just because of our selfish gains. And I feel like this now is like a inverted, like reversed effect of that, because he says that the child he's protecting because the mother is not in the picture, or like there's no need to mention the woman because the woman is married to another person. But I feel like if we have to create a home where all these kids have to be raised up, mine who are give birth to, maybe God allows, plus yours, the one that we have in the house, the 1 year old, and the 13-year-old will always have to come into the picture at some point, whether it's through inheritance or anything like that. Like, I have to be prepared for all of that. So I feel like it was selfish of him to do that. But if you're able to forgive and build a relationship, you have to make it clear that going forward, there's things that you are able to take, and there are things that you just will not take. But I would say to stand still and say it is not okay. Like, whether the man was there, whether the woman is there, like, an active single mom somewhere else, or even whether the woman is there like married to someone else, it's still so important that you got to know that there was a woman and there's another child. Just the same way he did the good thing with the first one. So why he chose to hide this, I really struggle to understand. um the first 2 years is a long time, and we are not doing that. If you are not telling me something, you are dishonest. Dishonesty is not anything anybody should take. You deserve better. That is like well said on a period to that, because for me when someone hides, especially when it comes to children, I feel like it's like you walked out and had an affair with someone else. I know it's two different things, but that is how I take it. Like that is literally how I take it. Like if you have a child, I need to know about it immediately. We have decided our relationship is to stay, or we are to be together, and not to have this and then have lies behind the curtains that I don't know about, because then that brings the question, how many other webs are you hiding from me? So hey Wahira, thank you so much for coming. Sheko, thank you so much for being here as well. If there's any other person who wants to join and share their view on this, you can always feel free to join. The link is right here. You can jump on it and come. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Yeah, but I feel like a relationship has to start with some truth. And if truth is not there, then it's hard to bring up to grow up a trustworthy relationship. Hey Elsie, it's really hard to grow up a trustworthy relationship. But I feel like what stood out most in this conversation is about single moms. And I feel like as a single mom, if you're getting to know somebody, you need to bring the fact that you have a child before you get engaged to this man. As soon as you know that they are serious with you, but do not involve your child with this man, like introduce your child to this man before before you're sure about where you stand, because then you're going to just end up breaking your child's heart when they have built a relationship with this person and then this person has to be away. And you don't want to have men who you're not married to as your acquaintances who your child relates to, just because they built a good relationship together. You understand? Like your child cannot have many other uncles who are not like really uncles and are not people you're really seeing at the moment, you know? And then at the same time, I feel like once you introduce your child to one person, try and make sure by the time you're doing that, it's so solid that you're very sure that this person is actually there to stay. Like try, I don't know how to make sure that that does not happen, because we should try and hey Aisha, we should try and raise children, not broken children but whole children to know that my mom is single, or my mom is married, or my mom is seeing someone, so that the child is also able to know how to build up relationships for when they grow up, you know? And like Kiki said before, like imagine if your child is to bring different other women all the time, the effect it has on you as a parent is the same effect you have on them as children growing up and watching this happen. And another thing I want to talk about is the fact that once you bring someone into your relationship, now it's you, your child, and the man who truly loves you. They have to build a relationship together with the child, as now him acquiring a dad part, like a dad aspect in this relationship. And so I feel like it's also very important that we do not allow men to come in and adopt children before we are really sure that this relationship, they're going to love these children like a fatherly love. Because for me, a father is not the person who birthed the child, the person who contributed the gene. The father is the person who shows up to duty every single day, rain or sun, to become a dad. So before you tell them or allow someone to adopt your child, especially people who are moving into new other countries, you need to know that this relationship you're creating is one going to be something you really wanted. He's really going to love, because for me it's don't love yourself so much that you allow yourself to fall in love and forget that there's a child who needed to be loved first. Like for me, loving my husband had to start with how much he related with my child after we introduced each other, you know? So those are some of the things I feel like are so important that we need to watch out for. And if someone is so keen on telling you about things that they did, things that the woman in their life did that was really bad, and how they broke their life, and how they were such a trashy person, and how if someone is willing to disrespect the woman that was in their life before, trust me, it's just a matter of time before you also disrespected. So I feel like those are um, red lights that you need to look into when you're moving into a relationship, especially as a mom or even as a single woman. Because I noticed that many men these days, they tell you, "Oh, I'm with her, but then I want to marry you, but then I'm with her because namhurumia, or because we have done a lot, we've invested in a lot of things together, and going forward." You're doing your makeup? Okay. Daniel is playing with something. And because we've invested a lot, so I'm just trying to be there for her as well. No, it's on a period. If you love a woman, love them. If you love a man, love them for who they are, and end that relationship so you're able to come and be with the person that you want, not to stay with someone else just because you pity them. And then later on, who am I then? Am I also like another piece of garbage, or another pity that you're going to be having on your side, like you're also going to pity me because I have a child? Like, it should not be like that. And if you're willing to take that in, then there's a lot that you're always going to be bombarded with that you're not prepared for. So I feel like these are things that we really, really, really need to take into consideration. And just because you're a single mom does not mean that your value has reduced in this market, because as a matter of fact, you're bringing a lot into the table. You're bringing a lot because you're willing to stay. You're not willing to you're not willing to just jump in for a short time. You're jumping in for a long time, and you're going all the way in because you're bringing a child. So don't underestimate the value you're bringing in, even if it's not financial. You love the love you're providing to that man is enough. Like, it's a lot to set some standards as to what to expect for yourself. And for me, another thing, this is just on the side before we end this. Like, do not play wife role to a man before you get married to them. Hata kama ni hustler, hata joshe manguo. Can you talk about how to tell a kid to meet so and so, and how do you do that? I was introduced to a stepdad growing up and asked to call them dad. Very cringe. Ooh, yeah, by the way, and makes a kid uncomfortable. I feel like for me, my advice would be, and I think I've been now on this in a different, because my child was really young by the time we were getting introduced. But I would say this, and not because I have introduced like a child who knows anything, but I would say my stand. Oh, Tuko, we're still talking. My stand is that, and Lily Karibu Sana. My stand is that if you are getting to know somebody and you're trying to introduce them, do not use the name uncle, do not use the name dad. Introduce them as someone who you're seeing. Introduce them as someone that you are currently seeing. And maybe at this time, I believe you have already established that the fact that you're going to be in together for a long time, because again, we said it has to be that the fact that he loves this child before he actually is in. And Daniel is watching. And once you're sure that this is someone you're willing to live with, that's when you introduce them to the child. But when you're introducing them to the child, please do not say meet uncle so and so, or meet your dad so and so, because it will never take the fact that there's a paternal dad from him. Let the child grow to understand, who am I going to call this man that I'm introducing into my life, or what role are they going to play into my life. Maybe one day they grow to call him dad.
He's there.
Maybe one day they grow to call him dad. Maybe one day they'll not. If they choose to call him Steve, let them call him Steve the whole of his life. Uncle Steve or Papa Steve, or not just Steve. That is who they are to his the child. Like, do not let the child choose. Don't put them in this tough place of choosing, like, this has to be daddy. Like, it's not right. It's not okay. Let it come naturally that this is daddy, but not because you have forced the child to become to call to be fathered with this person. Also know your child's opinion about this person, because where abuse begins in relationships, where we say that children are either mistreated, sodomized, and stuff like that, it's because we force the children to have to call to term this title to these men, or to men, with before they're even ready. And what you've done when you force your child to call someone daddy is that you have stopped any chance of relationship, or him coming to, or your child coming to report to you that this person is actually behaving like 1 2 3 around me. So I feel like it's so important that you let your child grow this naturally, and even catch up once in a while and tell them, hey, what do you think about Steve? What kind of person do you think he is? How is he to you? So that the child is also able to tell you the other aspect of this man that you're in love with, that you do not know about yet. I feel like those are so important things that we all need to do, because maybe the way this man treats you, or the way he treats the child when you're in the house, is different from the way he treats your child when you're outside the house. And if you're willing to stay with someone, then you need to trust them to take care of your children even when you are out of the house. Just the same way, if they have children, their wives will be willing to trust you with the current wife or the current girlfriend, with their kids when they bring them over to see their dad, for example. So I feel like it's really, really a conversation that needs to be had, like, not to force the child to call this person daddy, but actually to let the child grow into knowing who they really want to call this. Maybe it will be Steve forever, Steve, quote unquote, forever. Or maybe it will be dad, or maybe Uncle Steve, or maybe so and so. Sorry to all the Steves out there, but it's just an example. So if your child is not comfortable calling this person daddy, then that's it. Like, don't force it. If they're comfortable calling them daddy, then also well and good. But I feel like if you force them, you're destroying any chances of having like a genuine conversation with your child with regards to how they like the person, how the person treats them when you're not home versus how they treat them when you're home, and those kind of things. And I'm so sorry that you had to call him dad even before you're ready to call him daddy, because that's tough. That's tough, especially if you're introduced to someone when you are able to understand and know, like, who exactly you are is in your life. It can be so tormenting and so hard mentally to, like, you don't just wake up and call someone daddy. It's impossible. Something happened to my connection. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, so I feel like that is I'm still here. Kumbe, I've been doing it wrong. I'm over here playing wife role. Hey, child, that he needs to pay you for labor. They should pay you for labor, because no way. Like, I would rather sweat. I'd rather sweat. I'd rather sweat when I know that I'm doing it for someone I'm in the relationship with. I'll give you an example. When I first went to see my husband where he was, he had like a bunch of socks. and there was sock like in the bathroom, because that time I don't know what was wrong with their water connection or something, and the water had come back, but he first preferred to soak them and then wash them after the water was pumped so that the machine could wash them. Literally, what I did is I went in, I opened the door, saw the socks. Then I was like, so when are you going to wash your, like, you have some things that you haven't washed. Like, I no way. I'm going to do this once I know we are in together. Like, Siezi, I just can't. What do you guys think? Wahira, me, I think you've been doing it the wrong way. They need to pay you. Like, are you even getting allowance? Because I feel like those are things that if they're giving you that, then why not? But if it's for free because you love them, I mean, if you, I think you're too kind. Let me just say so. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Me, I can't be sweet. No, me, I can't be sweet. I don't know, because maybe I have a tough heart or something. I don't know, but I just feel like it can be really hard for me to do that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Today is mom duty, so yeah, I think Leo, you guys have been so amazing, and I'm here with you guys. There's someone in the background taking care of them, so it's not like wako peke yao. But thank you guys for being here, even with that. Another thing I wanted to talk about, let me just get it. Was on just a minute. Here we go. Yeah, co-parenting. Like when you bring one person in and then you bring the other person in, like at what? Like how do you manage both? And for me, because I haven't done like co-parenting, I would say that both parties would really need to be so mature to understand that these two people or these kids you're bringing in are actual human beings that need love, care, and mostly understanding. And when you choose to bring two families in together, you need to give them the kids time enough to grow into liking one another. And it starts slowly. It just does not happen like once. And then let me just see. Yeah. And then because now we're talking about motherhood and stuff like that, I also feel like the other thing we needed to also mention before we end this is the fact that yes, sometimes you can get in a relationship as a single mom, or maybe as a single lady with to a man who has children. It's not okay to receive abuse from his children, and it's not okay for him to receive abuse from your children. And so if it's not working, just because you've secured the bag, it's not the right place to stay. Like, just move on. I think it's so important, because abuse is something that ends up breaking families like so badly, and it's something you don't want to nurture. So if you're receiving abuse from his children, you need to let him know, even before you tell the kids. If for example these kids are big kids, like you cannot change the fact that there was their own mother, you cannot replace their mother, but you're just coming to come here to also help them as well. But you can always tell the man to talk with the kids and put them in place, because he's the dad, and just let the kids understand that their mother and their dad are no longer, and you are the new lady in the relationship, and they need to respect you as well, you know. And also the same if you have children and he does not have children. Your children should be willing and able to. I feel like even if the children are not willing to call him dad, they should still respect him. And I feel like for me, respect is something I really preach in my house, like so much, because for me it's like the basics. That's the beginning of everything. So the children you have should not be willing, but should respect the person you're in a relationship with, but not respect them to an extent that if they're being abused, they're still like doing what they're being told. There's a difference between respecting and being commanded to do something. So I feel like that's also like really nice to know between the two. And then let me just see. Yeah, and also where there's cases of mixed families where one side is interracial, like Caucasian maybe, and then the other kid part is black. You need to also know how to bring this together and just help each other settle in with skin color difference and everything else, you know. And the earlier you start it, the better. Like the better. And then another person was also saying, yeah, adoption. I think I talked about abortion, adoption. Sorry, not abortion, adoption already. And I said, before you are sure that this person is actually good to you, not to you, to your child, because now this is the child. Before you are sure that this person is good to your child, and before you are very sure that this person is in for your child for better for worse, then you're sure about this person is willing to love you for better for worse. Adoption is something that we take as a scapegoat. Like we really just want to get things moving really fast, but it's one of the things that we really need to sit down and think into, because not only are they gaining the name, but they're also being in this home permanently. And if things don't work between you two as the parents, then this child will be forced, maybe, if for example in Europe, to stay in with this man who is not your husband anymore. So I feel like before we get to this point of, hey Sabina, before we get to this point of getting kids adopted by someone, you need to be sure that this is somewhere you're willing to stay for a long time, and not just a bridge you're using to the next part where you're going to go to. Like it has to be sure as day and night. Otherwise, just live with them and let the child live with all of you. It doesn't have to get to this point of the child being adopted by the other party. No, it doesn't have to. Because if the relationship is ever to break, then you need to be in a position to move out and move with your baggage, as they call them, your children, because then they will feel like it's another added expenditure on them if things are not working. And imagine now how they'll treat a child who the mother had already left, just because. No, it's, I think, just do not be so keen on allowing people, or let's not be keen, especially for a single mom, on getting your child adopted before you're sure that this person that is adopting them as daddy is willing to be there for them as a ride or die, or you are going to be in that relationship for the longest time. Oh wow, Aya, hey Aya. Aya is with us, guys, on the stream. So if we can share some love for Aya, please let's do so. And that would be so nice. And if you want to join and ask something, that's the link right there. You can join and let's talk. Let's chat about something. So yeah, before you get to introduce someone to your life as your current before you introduce your child to being adopted to someone else, you need to be sure that the relationship you're in is really for a long time. Like before you're sure about that, please do not make that move. Like it's as big as marriage, but marriage at least you can divorce, but adoption is just on another level, totally different. Yeah, I feel like marriage is easy. You can always walk out if you have to. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I hope to see you soon. Marriage is something that you can easily like break off, but once you get your child adopted to someone else, it's not so easy to break that bond that they have created with that person when the relationship don't work. So give it time, and make sure that the time you're giving is enough to nurture and to build a relationship and to be sure about the relationship so that they're not going to come into a place where everything is just shambles, you know. Yeah, Zamu is sending love to Aya, and so is Legacy. And yeah, so I think I'll end the stream here because um
Down, yeah.
okay, guys. I hope I'll just end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for being there's a lot of love for Aya. Thank you so very much. And guys, if you don't know about little Aya, her mom is fundraising for Aya. Aya is a baby girl who is now 15 months. He just turned 15 months, and he has a few months. She has a few months left to get her vaccine. So if you have not been able to hear about the story, please check out her story on Instagram, which is Little Aya, and also be able to be part of the contribution and sharing the word because she's running out of time. She need a very expensive drug, and it can be done if we all come together as one to help her out. So if you're watching this and you have not met Aya yet, please check out her page on Instagram. I think she'll be live today as well. So, and I'll share also on my Instagram stories. So be sure to check her out and be able to be part of the conversation and contributing to be able to save her time into getting the medicine before the time is out because it's pretty much going first. And as much as we really celebrate the milestone she's really making, it's also upon our side that we also fast enough the rate at which we are raising money for the baby. So yeah, and this goes to every single lady, every single mom. If you're an uncle, an auntie, if you're a mom as well, this mother's fight is a fight for our children to come, because if you're not a mom, you might have a child who has the same condition. And if we all raise awareness for her, then maybe, just maybe, these companies will be able to reduce the cost of the medicine if other people are also crying out that it's too expensive, because it's a lot of money that not even one family can raise, not even me by myself, not even her. And imagine, worst of all, being like this time of Rona and stuff. So if you're able to join the conversation, please do so. Would really appreciate that. And also on behalf of her mom, also, I would really encourage you guys to join and supporting on Instagram especially. There's also a live going on with the DJs also to raise funds for her, so we can go and shake it. I know some of you are asking how I get fit. I'll tell you guys about that in the next one. But for now, let's try and support Aya's mom as much as possible every single day. Like, Aya should be our priority. And yeah, so I think I'll end this here, and then I'll catch up with you guys on IG just after this. Okay. Oh, and I love you guys so much. The 22 of you who stuck by, nawapenda sana. Like, I really do appreciate all of you. And I hope that, what do you guys think about my turban? Like, I actually folded my t-shirts into making a turban because my hair was drying out and I didn't know like what to do. Today was my wash day. So I hope you guys love this. And tell me on my not below this video, comment what you liked about this and what other conversation you love to hear us talk about, or a topic below this video, and also give this video a like. And please, after this stream comes to an end, you can share this stream. The 22 of you, imagine if you guys, all of you, replay this stream. I'd be so happy if you do that for me. Like all of you play this same stream, and the others that I've done when you're not using your gadgets, like for example at night or something, I would really, really, really appreciate that. And to everyone who sends me a screenshot of them playing my streams, you guys, I love you from the bottom. You're the bottom there, the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much. And then so you can do what many things to help me or to support me. One, you can rewatch this video we have done today. And two, you can share it with your friends. And three, if you don't mind, can I just play in your house at night when you're sleeping? Just put me on TV or your computer or your phone, and then just mute me and let me play in your house until morning. For example, I have a playlist written audience retention. So if you play that through the night, it helps me to get these hours that I need. I really, really, really need 4,000 hours. And being in school and also doing this, it's fun, but also it gets draining to know that I'm not able to get to these hours as fast as I want to, but I'm still having fun along the way. So yeah, if you guys can do this for me, I would be so happy, because that's the best ever way you can ever help me. And also share it with your friends. And after doing all of that, then also subscribe if you don't have me in your house, and like this video, because I feel like we had a nice conversation. There's something to learn from this conversation, and I really, really appreciate that. Lily, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Grace Manasseh, I love you too. And Mary says this was a nice conversation. Thank you so very much. I love you guys for being here with me. And supporting me this far. Like, you guys have been so amazing. So nawapenda sana. And yeah, nawapenda. Like, I really do love you guys, but not only love like for you being here, but also the support that you guys give me. Like, you guys are rooting for me, and I'm so happy for that. Like, there's no better support than people who just root for you. Like, this is the time when you know who's in for you and who's not in for you. So nawapenda sana. To Joy and Kiki, thank you so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate their support, because we have had a good conversation, and I really appreciate that. To everyone who's been in the comment, like, you guys are the ones who make the conversation really happen. I wish I can always be this active when I'm starting my videos. You guys are the ones who make the conversation happen, and you shape the conversation. That is why I'm saying, if you can leave me like a comment down below on what you want us to talk about in the next video, I'll be so happy. In the meantime, today's conversation has been amazing, and you guys did it for me. We did it together. I was talking, me was talking, you was typing, and we were having a nice time. So thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. So really, really do appreciate this. It's time to go to the sauna. Nawapenda sana. Mwah. Mwah. Bye, guys. Love you. I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't wait. And I hope you can't wait as well. But please, down below, subscribe, like this video, and also share it if you can. And don't forget, play me at night. Bye.